Hey everybody, it's David. Wanted to take a minute to talk with you about something very dear to my heart, Bike for the Light, and some of the organizations that we raise money for. Now, you've probably heard me talk about Bike for the Light before. You've probably seen me share my bike rides on social media. I know I shared about it a lot, but tonight I wanted to take a minute to talk to you. I wanted to make a video, make it a little more personal, and just discuss what Bike for the Light is, some of the organizations we raise money for, and why you should consider donating to give to these causes. So bear with me as I make this video. It's one of my first attempts. Hopefully it works out, and hopefully you enjoy it. Stick with me. What is Bike for the Light? Bike for the Light is a 500-mile and 5-day bike ride through the state of New Mexico. Usually we start around the Colorado border around Aztec, New Mexico, and for 5 days straight we ride 100 miles each day till we reach the Texas border around Carlsbad. This will be my 4th time riding in the ride, but it'll be the ride's 10th anniversary, so everyone's actually pretty excited. We're hoping for a lot of rider turnout, and we're hoping for a lot of money raised. So, why do we do this? Usually when I tell people I'm going to ride my bike 500 miles in 5 days, they look at me and they're like, that's crazy. Even some of my more experienced rider friends here in Oklahoma City look at me and think, man, why would you do something like that? Well, it's actually a pretty big deal. Bike for the Light's really important to me because we don't just ride to ride and say we did it. We ride because we're raising money for some very important causes. In this video, I'd like to highlight some of the organizations that we raise money for and really shine a light on what they do and how they're helping make the world a better place. So without further ado, let's get right into those organizations. The first organization I'd like to talk about is Worldserve International. Now what Worldserve does is they go into the hard-to-reach rural areas of Eastern Africa and build clean water wells. Now these wells can be very vital because a lot of times in these rural areas they do not have access to clean water nearby. Oftentimes women and children spend their days traveling miles to go get the clean water and bring it back to their village. Now last year, Bike for the Light was able to raise almost $200,000, which was enough money to provide 15,000 to 20,000 people access to physical clean water in their communities. Now the cool thing about Worldserve is they don't just build these clean water wells and leave. They will stay and maintain the water wells to make sure that they last a long time. And they also use these water wells to get inroads into the community through the leaders, and they spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. They're using these water wells as a witnessing tool to share the story of Jesus with people who have probably never heard it before. So these wells are not just providing physical water, but they're providing the water that lasts a lifetime with the story of Jesus, getting them into the kingdom. Now this is one of the reasons I love Worldserve so much, is because of what they're doing, not just providing people a physical necessity, but also the spiritual necessities. The next organization I'd like to talk about is Speed the Light. Now Speed the Light is one of the organizations that Bike for the Light has raised money for ever since it started 10 years ago. Speed the Light takes the donations and they provide vehicles for missionaries all over the world who might need them to reach areas that are harder to reach, maybe the rural areas, maybe areas where they need a big truck, or I've even heard of a missionary requesting one of those little carts that people will pull around just so they can talk to people in the community and spread Jesus. Through Speed the Light, we've been able to purchase vehicles for an initiative of Convoy of Hope called Rural Compassion. Now you've probably seen the big trucks of Convoy of Hope rolling up after a natural disaster, whether it be a hurricane or tornado in these communities. They're the people that are providing food, they're providing clothes, all the basic necessities that the communities might need that they might have lost during a natural disaster. Now the initiative Rural Compassion, all they're doing is they're focusing on the rural areas that need the supplies that may not get the attention of a big city. So through Bike for the Light, we've been able to provide a couple of vans for them to help transport all the things that they're trying to get into these areas. Through Speed the Light, we've also been able to raise money to purchase vans for an organization called Teen Challenge. Teen Challenge is a faith-based drug rehab program that has locations all over the states. Specifically, we ride for Teen Challenge New Mexico. In the past, the director of Teen Challenge New Mexico, Robert Marquez, has actually ridden with us, and I think this year he's actually planning to ride at least one day with us again. Robert is a great guy who has a heart for this ministry, and being able to ride to support it, to help the people to purchase these vans that will transport the people in the program either to and from church, to and from a opportunity where they can help and serve doing work somewhere. Being able to support this organization is really cool and something that I love riding my bike for. The organizations I've talked about tonight are just a glimpse at the organizations that Bike for the Light sponsors. We don't ride in Bike for the Light for the personal glory or accomplishment to say, look, I rode 500 miles in 5 days, I'm awesome. We do it to say, look at the money we raised. Look at the impact we made on the world and the kingdom of God. We do it to shine light on these organizations that are making a difference in the world. So I'm asking you, please consider sponsoring me in Bike for the Light. You can give today in many different ways. You can give by using the link that provided here. You can also send cash or a check to the New Mexico Ministry Network, which I will provide the address for in the description or the comments below. Please consider giving. Please consider sponsoring me, helping me reach my goal of $3,000. The team as a whole eclipsed $50,000 the other day. We're hoping for big numbers, but we cannot do it without you. I need your help. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you for listening to me talk, listening to my heart, understanding why this is important to me. Please consider donating. Please consider giving. I promise it'll make a difference. Thank you, and God bless.